Hello, guys. Good morning. So, today we're going to talk about the whole protest situation, police brutality and whatnot. I mean, where do we begin? Today's Monday. We all witnessed what happened last week with George Floyd, another senseless murder of an unarmed African American by the police. When does it end? Where does it end? So today we're going to dive into a little bit of, why is this a thing? Why does it keep happening? We're 28 years removed from the whole Rodney King thing, or at least coming up on 20 years. I don't know. I know it was 1992. I don't know exactly the month and date. But it's 28 years either way you look at it. So the question is, when does it stop? When are we going to feel safe in our own country, our own neighborhoods, our own cars, our own properties at times? We saw last year when the young man was killed in his apartment. The lady kicked his door and she went into the wrong apartment, shot him dead in his own place of residence. I mean, come on. It's just absurd. It's really disheartening. It's sad. It's a lot of things. It makes you emotional thinking about it. We all know that Black men have been a huge target, but Black women have been affected as well. There's been countless senseless murders of Black women also. So let's not forget about them. Let's speak their names. Let's honor their memory. Let's get to the bottom of what happened to them as well. It's all wrong either way you look at it. I don't know where to begin. Honestly, it's just, you don't want to say you get desensitized to it, because how do you become desensitized to the loss of life? But it happens so often that you find yourself kind of just like, you're upset for a minute and then the next thing happens and you kind of move on and it's just a thing after a while. For whatever reason, this particular time, it set off like a whole domino effect. I mean, I think it's a combination of being locked down in the house for the whole pandemic. People are out of work, frustration, the warm weather, the political climate. And then when you add these type of things back to back to back, we had 3 different people. We had Brianna, we had Ahmed, I hope I'm saying his name right, Ahmed, and we had George. So it's like, where does it stop? What are the answers? What is the solutions that we're obviously missing after all this time? When something happens over and over and over again, we're going back decades, centuries even. And it seems like a repetitive cycle. I just don't know. But it still saddens me to know that people have a target on their back just for being black. You know, let's call it what it is. Let's, call a thing a thing. It's not even like, okay, if you're in this neighborhood, that area, you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. You literally can be in your own home, mistaken identity, wrongfully accused, whatever the case may be, stopped at a traffic light, smoking some weed, anything, walking your dog. Walking your fucking dog. You can't even walk your fucking dog. I mean, like, really? Like, it's really out of control. It's just like, and I'm rarely at a loss for words. Before I decided to make this video, I had a lot of emotions, a lot of, feeling, but as I talk about it, it's almost like, I can't even find the words to describe it's just, it's sad. It's sad, And until we come together, honestly, there's strength in numbers. We come together in a positive way, it's never going to change. Looting isn't going to solve the problem. Protesting, rioting, none of that's going to solve the problem. I mean, this weekend, the chain of events that happened was like, wow. It started in Minneapolis, where everything happened. We saw people tearing through Target, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, this is crazy. Like, people are really fed up, and rightfully so. And you would expect that, to happen there where everything transpired. But then, next thing you know, we have Atlanta, we have New York, we have Texas, we have Florida, Chicago, LA. It's just like, what? Running into stores, setting stuff on fire, breaking shit, tearing up shit. I mean, that isn't protest. That doesn't get you anywhere besides some few free items, that you didn't want to shop for, you didn't want to pay for to begin with. And then we had Philly. Oh gosh. When I got to Philadelphia on Saturday, I was like blown away. I knew it was coming because we live in a copycat world. The age of social media, stuff spread like wildfire. People can organize. It seems like people organize the wrong things instead of the right things. Y'all motherfuckers are so quick to put together a riot, a fight, all the wrong things y'all spread, a sex tape, conspiracy theories. Like, y'all spread all this shit like wildfire. I don't ever see y'all making jobs go viral, job openings. Y'all standing in line for chicken sandwiches, sneakers, that kind of thing. That seems to spread quicker than anything. Misinformation, lies, bullshit, all types of falsehoods, hate, malice, those type of things spread so quickly. But it seems like when the important stuff happens, oh, nobody told me. I didn't hear about that. What? Suddenly y'all are dumbfounded. Nobody heard nothing. I was asleep. I was in my bubble. But when the wrong shit happens, y'all are first on the scene, falling out. Somebody's getting stomped the fuck out. Somebody's getting stabbed, beat up. Y'all got your phone out. It's sad. It's horrible, honestly. And I have no sympathy for that kind of behavior. You do that kind of shit, and then when consequences come, you want sympathy. You tear up your own neighborhood, and then later you'll say, well, damn, we don't got nowhere to shop at. We don't have this. It looks so bad around here. This, that, and the third. You have no one to blame but yourself. You have to live there. No points are proven when you tear up your own fucking backyard. That's like, I'm sitting in my home right now. If I get up and break my fucking window out because I'm mad at my job, I'm the fucking one that has to sleep here. You know, like, I'm not hurting my boss. I'm not hurting my coworkers by breaking my own fucking window out. So the motherfuckers that's tearing up their own neighborhoods, taking shit, you know, setting shit on fire, you're hurting yourself in the end. And you come up with all these excuses and lies and, you know, justifications. Oh, slavery, they owe us reparations, you know, the cops keep killing us and we fed up. But people that are fed up aren't going to go and steal shit. You know what I mean? Like, I would respect you more if you say, hey, I've been cooped up in the house. I ain't got no money right now. Motherfuckers was running in Target. I needed a couple of things. I ran in Target. Own that. You know what I mean? I can respect that more than, oh, George Floyd. Like, you're invoking these people's names, disrespecting their deaths. You know what I mean? Like, you're really disrespecting their memories when you try to justify your actions off of what happened in a tragedy. When you know damn well it has nothing to do with it. You could care less. You never did nothing for the cause. You won't do nothing for the cause going forward. But in order to justify bad behavior, stupidity, you know, being asinine, you want to use these people and have them be brutalized and murdered in vain, which is disgusting, honestly. So how about taking ownership, accountability? We don't have enough accountability. We don't have enough ownership. You know, when you do things, own them. Own your fucking shit. Say that you wanted some free shit. You wanted to run into the fucking store, take the shit. You took the shit, and that was that. But you go above and beyond and to the extreme, setting shit on fire, breaking fucking windows, brutalizing people, being violent. Like, those are all the... Why do we have to always go the extra mile? Run into the store, take the shit, be done with it, go the fuck home. No, that's not enough. We gotta go from neighborhood to neighborhood to neighborhood, store to store to store. More shit, more chaos, more destruction. You have to live there at the end of the day. Those elderly people have to live there at the end of the day. It might be easier for you to go and scam and scheme and get your next lick. But some of those people, they can't leave the neighborhood to get their necessities. You're fucking it up for everyone. Think about that shit. When you want to destroy shit. If you want to still, go ahead and... I always say I don't judge people who scam, steal, whatever you want to call it. But I feel like when you're violent for no reason and destructive, that's a whole nother story. That's just taking it too far, you know, and it's just inexcusable. And it's ridiculous. And you're playing right into what people already think of you. And that goes for everyone. So don't make this, a black and white thing. No, everyone that was running the fuck up in there, tearing up shit, is equal blame to go around. It's no, you know, this person did it, that person did it. There was a little bit of everybody in the mix. And it was horrible. So when you're walking down your street over the next few days, few weeks, few months, and you see dilapidated areas that were already, you know, barely making it, already didn't look great to begin with. Now you have more, you added more abandoned buildings, more boarded up shit, more vacant lots. And you have nobody but yourself to blame in that. So laugh now, cry later. You know, it's horrible. There's a better way. People think that voting doesn't matter. Voting does matter. Motherfuckers died, got sprayed with fucking fire hoses for you motherfuckers to vote. There was a reason for that. It matters. Voting matters. You can get more done at the poll than you will ever accomplish running into a store, stealing and setting shit on fire. That's only, you know, in that moment, you're making a little bit of noise, but that's what, in the end, what got accomplished. In the end, what were you trying to accomplish? Ask yourself that. The people who really are serious about making a change and making a better way for yourselves and for your peers and for your people and for your family, if you say you don't trust politicians and this, that, and the third, you run for office. You get in there and make a difference. You go the same way you organize a riot and a looting event, organize a cleanup for your neighborhood. Plant a fucking tree. And mentor some of these kids who don't have a good home environment to go to and they don't have a good upbringing. You know, use your powers for good instead of for bad. And then maybe you'll get somewhere. Maybe people will take you serious. But when you play into the hands and do exactly what people expect you to do, nothing will ever change. Talk is cheap. You motherfuckers do a lot of talking. Everybody's an activist. Everybody's woke. You know, this, that, and third. Y'all motherfuckers aren't woke. You just repeat what you're hearing from other people. Making a post about someone being killed by a cop is not proving anything. It's not doing anything. You know, if you really are speaking on something from your heart, that's fine and dandy, good, better than nothing. But people that just do things just to be a part of something and don't even know what they are a part of, they just want to jump on a bandwagon. No. No. Change will never come that way. So if you really are serious about change, use your power for good. As long as you motherfuckers use your power for bad, it's just going to be a circle. When people say what goes around comes around, that's a true statement. That's a fact. What you put out comes back to you. All that hurt and pain you're experiencing and bad luck and shit, that's shit that you put out. That's energy you put out into the world. And you don't even realize it's coming back to you. You don't even realize it. You're making up every excuse, blaming everyone. You know, you're oppressed and blah, blah, blah. But in reality, you're getting what you put out. You're reaping what you sow. That's the fruit of your labor, what you put out into the world. Think about it. The next time you run into a store, think about the old lady with a heart problem who goes to that store to get her medication. Think about the old man with an oxygen tank who relies on that store to go get a refill. You know what I mean? Like, we're not saying you gotta be Mother Teresa or Saint Mary, you know what I mean? Like, we're not asking no one to be perfect, but use your brain sometimes. Like, there's strength in numbers. Y'all saw that. You were outnumbering the police. but for the wrong reasons. I said what the fuck I said, like it or not. Knowledge is power. Use your power for good and not for bad. And you'll be amazed at what happens. Shit don't happen overnight. You're not going to see instant results. Everybody wants instant wealth, instant gratification. It doesn't work like that. It blood, sweat, and tears. A little bit at a time. You might not live to see it, but your child might. Your grandchild might. But it starts with you. It starts with us. Think about it. Catch y'all next time.